And so joining me today, we've already been introduced to their names, but I'm going to have them dig just a little bit deeper into their experience level and share a little bit more about who they are, what they do, and why technology is a passion for them. And so why don't we begin with you, Josh?
Oh, well, thank you, George. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name is Josh Garland. I work for Aprium Advisors. We're about a medium-sized RIA firm based out of Irvine, California, so Southern Orange County. I am a wealth manager or financial advisor at the firm, so I do have a lot of face-to-face client interactions, do a lot of financial planning and advising. I don't want to be too long-winded, but why am I passionate about leveraging technology for growth and success? And I think that actually ties into the financial planning part of me. In financial planning, I'm always astounded when you look at the effects that inflation has on somebody's portfolio. And we look at inflation from a long-term perspective, right? If you think about buying a home 30 years ago and the ability for a young person starting out to do that at that point in time as compared to now, it's getting much more difficult. Home values are continuing to rise, asset values are continuing to rise, and luckily interest rates are dropping, right? However, we can look at this inflation and the effect inflation has on us all over the place. And to bring this back in line, when we look at technology, I think it's the one area in our life that is blatantly deflationary. You think about buying a flat screen, 42-inch flat screen TV in the year 2000 would have cost you about $1,800. All right, a couple weeks ago on Black Friday, you could have gone out and bought a 50-inch flat screen Samsung 4K TV. It would have cost you $299. All right, and by the way, $299 today is the equivalent of $165 in the year 2000. And that, for me, is what makes me really passionate about technology in general. I mean, why wouldn't you be passionate about something that is continuing to evolve, get better, stronger, faster, and cheaper, right? It's the kind of thing where as time goes on, everyone can have access to it and doesn't get pushed away. Whereas everything else that's inflating and becoming more and more and more expensive over time, because that's what our economy does, right, becomes less available to certain individuals.
That's great, Josh. I appreciate that very much. Let's talk about wealth engagement, because when we talk about wealth engagement, this is really where we're leveraging technology for discovery, potentially for the financial planning process, that onboarding, portfolio design. So help us understand a little bit about how you're leveraging technology for those areas.
If you put yourself in the shoes of somebody who hears the term financial plan and has never had one, the first time I heard financial plan, what came to mind was like, 3-ring bound notebook full of a bunch of pages that had graphs and pie charts in there, right? And then I take it home and it probably goes on my desk or in a drawer somewhere. And if I pull it out once in a 5-year period, and update it, that's probably, above average. Right. And that's where I think people's minds still go when they think financial planning. So the thought of creating a financial plan isn't necessarily engaging and exciting. But in today's day and age, the technology itself is very interactive, and it's meant to be changing and evolving and moving and updating in real time, right, on a very, very regular basis. And so for our financial planning, it is very interactive. It makes it easy for you to set up a client portal on your own website where your client can log in and they can view their financial plan, and they can see, are they on track to meet their goals? They can link up their accounts directly where it's got data aggregation, right? And so, we're pulling in what's happening from bank accounts and our mortgage and essentially just about anything that has a username and login. A lot of 401ks have even, had the ability where they can link up. And so the values that are being shown inside the plan on both your side and the client side are regularly updating. However, in order to get people to do this, oftentimes, especially for the client base we're working with today, it does require some hand-holding and some help. And it's a great area where us as advisors can come in and we can help to bring in that additional value add. So, of course, we're doing the traditional discovery meeting and all of that, but I think what needs to happen very, very early on is you need to give people a sample. You need to show them the interactive process. What does it look like, to actually have a plan in today's day and age? We're definitely doing that. As far as onboarding goes, technology has never been easier to get people signed up today. And I think that because of what's happened this year, specifically with coronavirus and everybody being stuck at home, you have more and more individuals that are more comfortable signing documents electronically or via DocuSign than ever before. Lastly, outside of that, I think that I've been very impressed with our investment team. They have been working diligently within the Bloomberg terminals that we use, to where the investment strategies that we use can all be done, essentially automated, and it can be done much faster than it has been done previously. So I think you start to integrate all of those pieces together, and it really makes things very, very scalable along the way.
Yeah, you said some really important things there. I like how you started this, is that folks don't really understand what it is that we do sometimes, and you can show them, you can give them a book. That doesn't really help them understand the experience, though, does it? It just gives them a book. Thinking about this technology, it's about how do we leverage it to make how does it help the client feel the process? I think that's a really kind of a big takeaway from what you said. Integration is something else you said too, which I thought was really critical. The integration of all these pieces, about the operational efficiencies that we have. So integrating these tools together so that they talk to one another, that they do it effectively, they keep track of each other. It's very powerful in creating those efficiencies.